You ever notice there's always that one person at the big moment who has zero photos of it? Graduation, wedding, birthday, dinner. The trip everyone planned for months. Everyone else is holding their phone like a documentary crew. Meanwhile, this person is just there. Hands empty. No evidence. No. Wait, let me get one. Nothing. Later someone says, "Send me the pics." And they're like, "Oh, I didn't take any." And people react like they confessed to a crime. How did you not take any photos? Not even one? Not even of the cake? Meanwhile, they're thinking, "I was there. I saw it with my eyes. Isn't that enough?" Maybe it's you. Maybe someone you know. But if you never take photos at important events, it's not always because you're careless or not sentimental. There's usually a psychology behind it: attention, identity, emotional safety, and how you relate to memory. Because for some people, taking a photo feels like capturing a moment. For others, it feels like leaving the moment. So let's break down the types of people who don't document their lives and what they might be protecting without realizing it. You'll probably recognize yourself or finally understand that friend who always says, "I forgot to take pictures." Let's start with type 1, the full presence person. Picture a wedding reception: music, lights, people laughing. The couple is dancing. Everyone's filming. And this person is watching with this calm, focused face, like they're absorbing it through their skin. They don't reach for their phone because reaching for the phone breaks something. The second they lift it up, they're no longer experiencing. They're producing, framing, timing, angles. Their brain shifts from being to capturing. They don't want to leave the moment just to prove they were there. Psychologically, this type values direct memory over recorded memory. They trust their mind to hold what mattered. They don't need receipts for their own life. And if you relate, you might feel a tiny irritation when phones go up, not at people, but at the way the moment instantly turns into content. That's a clue. Type 2, the performance avoidant person. This one is subtle. They don't take photos because photos make things feel staged. Like you're supposed to look happy in the correct way, smile at the correct moment, perform the right level of gratitude, romance, fun. And being photographed can feel like being evaluated. It's not always insecurity. Sometimes you're confident. You just don't want your life turned into an image other people get to interpret. Because images get judged, compared, posted, archived. They become part of your social identity, so you avoid it. Psychologically, this often connects to low self-display needs. You don't want to curate a highlight reel. You don't want to invite opinions. Ask yourself, do you avoid taking photos? Or do you avoid being seen? Those overlap, but they're not the same. Type 3, the sensory overload person. Imagine being at a crowded event, lights flashing, people everywhere, conversations overlapping. You're already using mental energy just to stay regulated. Now add, take pictures. That's another task, another decision, another mini project. Where's my phone? Is it charged? Do I ask someone? Is this a good angle? Do I look weird? Do I retake it? For some people, photos aren't a simple action. They're homework. And when your brain is already at capacity, you don't add homework. So you don't take photos, not because you don't care, but because your brain is prioritizing survival over documentation. Psychologically, this can show up with introversion, social sensitivity, neurodivergence, or just low bandwidth in high-stim environments. The phone becomes one more source of cognitive strain, and you might remember events and feelings more than images. The vibe, the music, the smell, the tone of someone's voice, not the exact visual. That's not a flaw. That's a different memory style. Type 4, the private sentimentalist. From the outside, it looks like they're not sentimental. Inside, they're deeply sentimental. They just don't want a photo to represent the moment because it feels inadequate or vulnerable, like flattening something alive into a rectangle. Sometimes taking a photo is basically admitting this will end. And that awareness hits too hard in real time. So they stay with the moment quietly, intensely, almost protectively. Psychologically, this can connect to sensitivity around loss, nostalgia, or change. Photos can trigger the awareness of time passing. If that's you, you might not take pictures because you care too much, not too little. Then there's the twist profile, the anti-recall protector. This is the person who avoids photos because photos have historically hurt. Old friendships, old relationships, people you don't talk to anymore, someone you lost, a version of you that doesn't exist now. For this type, photos aren't just memories, they're emotional landmines. So you unconsciously avoid creating more because you don't want future pain. You don't want your phone to become a reminder machine. Some people don't avoid photos because they don't care. They avoid photos because they know exactly how hard a picture can hit 5 years later. Now zoom out. Not taking photos is one behavior, but it can come from totally different motives. Presence, privacy, overload, sentimentality, or self-protection. And socially, photoless people get misread. They get labeled not excited, not grateful, not into it, too detached. But sometimes they were the one person who was actually in it, fully, while everyone else was busy proving it. So if you're the photoless friend, here's a gentle reframe. You don't have to become a full-time documentarian, but you might choose one small compromise, one photo, one quick clip, so future you has a handle to hold on to, not for social proof. For personal recall. And if you're the friend who takes 300 photos, here's a reframe too. Not everyone experiences love and meaning through capturing. Some people show care by giving you their whole attention. The photo is optional. Presence is the gift. So which type are you? Full presence, performance avoidant, sensory overload, private sentimentalist, anti-recall protector. Or maybe it changes depending on who you're with. Some people make you want to capture. Some people make you want to hide. Some moments make you want proof. Some moments feel too sacred for proof. How does this land for you? When you don't take photos, what are you really choosing? Presence, privacy, simplicity, emotional safety? If you want, comment your honest line. I don't take photos because... No shame, just clarity. And if you like these calm, curiosity-driven deep dives into everyday behavior, subscribe. Not to turn your life into content, just to understand why you live it the way you do, whether or not there's a photo to prove it.